Welcome, my name is Colleen Tauke and I'm the sewing specialist here at Fons & Porter. In this Quilting Quickly tutorial, I'm going to show you how to put together the large blocks for the quilt called Summer Picnic. If you'd like to purchase this pattern, please visit our website. We're going to be working with a selection of Patriotic fabrics, and we're going to be working with the pre-cut 5-inch squares today, and we're going to then be adding in some background fabric, sashing, and cornerstone fabrics so that we create this really quick to put together fun summer picnic blanket. Okay, we're going to take these out of the way because I'm going to be working on the triangle squares that make those wonderful pinwheels within our quilt. So these are the blocks that we want to get to, and we're going to be starting then with a print fabric and a white background fabric, and on each of the white squares we're going to be using a 1/4-inch seam marker. This is a tool that will help you to put in 2 stitching lines really quickly. We're going to be marking from corner to corner. There's a yellow line down the center of the tool that we line up with the outside corners of the block, and then we stitch or mark on each side of this tool a stitching line that will make perfect 1/4-inch from that center point of the diagonal. And then we're going to be putting those right sides together with our print, and we're going to be stitching on those lines. Those are stitching lines, not cutting lines, but stitching lines here. And I have one already stitched like this. I've stitched in red. You would probably be using a white or a cream color thread, but for your benefit, you can see that I've stitched in the exact same place that I had marked. And then we're going to come in and cut those apart so that we can create 2 triangle squares at one time out of one print. You can also use a scissors to cut down between. It doesn't have to be an exact cut, but you need to be somewhat down the middle between those stitching lines. And then we're going to open them up and press the seam allowances to one side. You'll see here we've got one and a second that match. Now in this pattern, we are going to be using 4 different triangle squares, meaning the triangle squares made with 4 different prints to make up one of the units within our really large block that we're working toward. Okay, on this you want to make sure that you open up the seam all the way, press toward the darker fabric because you have a light. We usually try to hide those seam allowances under the darker fabrics. And you'll go down through all of your fabrics and make the required number of triangle squares like this. Now I've got 4 different prints prepared by using this one also. So we want to create the pinwheel for this quilt. So what we need to do is arrange our blocks. The little dog ears there can be trimmed off before this block is actually assembled. And what we're going to be doing is creating units that look like this. So we get that kind of a motion going in our quilt as in a whirling type design. So I would join these 2 blocks together, then these 2 blocks together, and then join the 2 rows together to make the pinwheel unit. Now I've got a large block that goes into the quilt. You can see here they're all made up of 4 different fabrics in each of the pinwheels, but the 4 pinwheel blocks are joined with sashing bars and a cornerstone. So follow your instructions and the diagrams in your pattern for how to add those. You'll make a row here, then you'll put together a row of sashing and cornerstone and a row across the bottom to make the big block. Because as you're making Summer Picnic, you'll notice there are just 9 blocks in the quilt, one large 9 patch that are then joined with navy blue sashing and check cornerstones and finished off with a great red, navy blue border and a fun striped binding. If you'd like to see more of our Quilting Quickly tutorials, please visit our website. Thanks for joining me.